People realize you're not the one to run games on. They see it the moment you walk into a room, the moment you open your mouth, the moment you look them in their eyes. You don't come across as someone who just got here yesterday. You carry yourself like someone who's lived 1,000 lives, someone who's seen things, survived things, and learned from every experience. People notice that strength in you. They notice that presence. They can feel that you're not an easy target, and you're definitely not someone they can toy with. You give off this energy that says, I'm not the one. And people pick up on that quickly. They know you have standards. They know you have boundaries. And they know you're not entertaining anything that wastes your time. You don't fold easily. You don't get manipulated. You don't fall for sweet words or empty promises. You don't get influenced by pressure, trends, or people who don't even know who they are. You look like someone who has done the inner work. You look like someone who has been through the fire and came out stronger. And people respect that. They respect what you had to go through to become who you are. They respect how you carry yourself. And that's why they don't try you with the same nonsense they try with others. People recognize that you don't play about yourself. They see that you move with purpose. They see that you protect your peace. And they know that if they cross a boundary, you're not going to sit there and let it slide. You will speak up. You will check them. You will remove yourself. You will walk away without explaining yourself, without apologizing for choosing you, and without looking back. They understand that. That's why they don't test you the way they test people who don't know their worth. They don't step into your space with disrespect. They don't talk to you like they talk to everybody else. They don't play those mind games with you because they can tell you're too sharp for that, too aware, too solid, too rooted in who you are. People admire how seriously you take yourself. They admire the way you demand respect without raising your voice, without arguing, without proving anything. You just are who you are. And that alone is enough. The way you carry yourself speaks before you even say a word. You give off the energy of someone who knows their value, someone who won't tolerate anything less than reciprocity, someone who knows exactly what they bring to the table. They want to get close to you, but at the same time, they know they can't get close unless they come correct. They know they can't step into your life with tricks, manipulation, or half-hearted effort. They have to be real with you. They have to be honest. They have to put in the work because you don't accept anything else. People appreciate that about you. They appreciate that you don't chase attention. You don't chase validation. You don't try to impress anyone. You don't pretend to be someone you're not. Everything about you is authentic. Everything about you is grounded. And that's rare. People see that you're not moved by fake love, fake support, or fake intentions. You see past it. You can feel energy. You can sense motives. And that's why people can't run games on you. You've trained yourself to recognize red flags. You've trained yourself to stop giving people chances they don't deserve. You've trained yourself to stand firm. You've done the inner healing that most people avoid their whole lives. And because of that, people know they have to show up differently when they deal with you. You're not out here wasting time. You're not out here letting people have easy access to you. You're not out here entertaining everyone who wants a piece of your energy. You protect who you let in. You protect your heart. You protect your vision. And people respect you because of that. People understand that someone like you doesn't come around often. Someone with your level of self-respect. Someone with your level of awareness. Someone with your level of inner strength. You're not like everyone else. You're not trying to be liked. You're not trying to fit in. You're not trying to be chosen. You choose yourself. And that's what makes you powerful. People want someone like you in their corner. Someone strong, someone aware, someone who doesn't fold under pressure, someone who stands on business. They know you're reliable. They know you're real. They know you're someone who brings value wherever you go. And that's why they treat you the way they do. That's why they step carefully around you. That's why they're mindful of how they show up. They know that if they ever try to play you, if they ever try to run games with you, they will lose you. You won't chase them. You won't beg. You won't try to convince them of your worth. You will walk away. You will move on. And you will elevate without them. And people don't want to risk that. They know losing you is a loss they will feel for a very long time. You're rare. Your presence is valuable. Your energy is strong. And people recognize that. They see your growth. They see your transformation. They see how far you've come. And they know not to mess it up. They know you're someone who brings peace, stability, and clarity wherever you go. You're someone who holds people accountable just by existing. You make people want to be better. You make people want to rise to your level. And because of all this, they don't play with you. They don't test you. They don't run games on you. They know better. They know you're not the one. People treat you with respect because you demand it through your actions, not by force, not by noise, but through the way you carry yourself, through the way you speak, through the way you walk away from anything that doesn't align with your peace. They know that if they ever fumble you, there are no second chances. They know that losing access to you means losing access to something real. This is all because of the work you've done within yourself. This is because of the boundaries you've built and the discipline you've grown. This is because you finally realized who you are and what you deserve. You're not bending anymore. You're not overgiving. You're not letting people drain you. You're not letting people walk all over you. You're standing on everything you've learned. You're standing on your worth. You're standing on your peace. And people see that. They see the transformation. They see the maturity. They see the wisdom in your eyes. And they know they can't treat you the way they treat other people. People notice you're not a child. You're not confused. You're not desperate. You're not naive. They know you've seen enough of the world to recognize every trick in the book. You've lived enough to know when someone is lying, when someone is manipulating, when someone is pretending. And because of that, people approach you with caution, with respect, with honesty. People don't play about you anymore because you don't play about yourself. You've set the bar high. And now everyone around you has to rise to that level or get out of the way. But let me tell you something deeper. People don't just realize you're not the one to run games on. They feel it. They sense it. It hits them before they even fully understand why. It's in your posture. It's in your eyes. It's in the way you speak with intention. It's in the way you move through life with clarity. You don't wander. You don't drift. You don't cling. You don't get desperate. You operate from a place of inner strength that most people have never developed. You've reached a point where your peace means more than someone's presence. Your dignity means more than someone's attention. And your standards mean more than someone's temporary feelings. People see that. They see the way you honor yourself. They see the way you no longer tolerate chaos, and that alone makes them hesitant to even attempt something disrespectful. You became someone who is not easily fooled because you learned the hard way. Life taught you lessons that textbooks could never cover. You've seen betrayal firsthand. You've experienced manipulation. You've trusted the wrong people. You've been blindsided. You've been disappointed. But instead of becoming bitter, you became wise. Instead of shutting down, you woke up. And instead of letting people walk all over you, you built a different version of yourself. A version that doesn't bend for anyone. People notice that. They notice the way you carry your scars with strength. They notice the way you learned from everything that was meant to break you. And that's why they take you seriously now. That's why they watch their words around you. That's why they don't talk to you the way they talk to others. You demand respect without ever having to ask for it. And that intimidates some people. It rattles them. They don't know how to deal with someone who can't be controlled. Someone who can see through them. Someone who can recognize fake intentions before they even reveal themselves. You're not impressed by shallow things. You're not impressed by empty gestures. You're not impressed by people who say the right words, but offer nothing of value. You look deeper. You look for consistency. You look for authenticity. You look for real effort. And people can't pretend around you because you'll pick up on every detail. You'll notice every shift in tone, every inconsistency, every lie. Every red flag they try to hide. You catch everything. You feel everything. And that alone keeps people from trying to run games on you. People respect your presence because you respect yourself. When you walk into a room, you don't shrink. You don't look for approval. You don't try to fit in. You just show up as you are. And that level of self-assurance makes people adjust themselves when they interact with you. They know they can't bring low vibrational energy to your space. They know they can't speak to you with disrespect. They know they can't play those childish games because you won't tolerate any of it. You're not arrogant. You're aware. You're conscious, you're intentional, you're selective. And that scares people who only know how to take advantage of others. They don't know what to do when they meet someone who won't allow themselves to be used. Someone who won't be guilt-tripped. Someone who won't be emotionally manipulated. Someone who won't chase after being chosen. You choose yourself. And that is what makes you powerful. People don't want to lose someone like you. They don't come across this kind of energy often. You bring peace. You bring clarity. You bring stability. You bring honesty. You bring realness in a world where everyone is trying to be something they're not. And that's why they try so hard to stay on your good side. They know that once they lose access to you, there is no going back. They know that once you walk away, you won't return. You won't look back. You won't reopen doors you've closed. You don't give out unlimited chances anymore. You don't entertain the same cycles anymore. You don't beg people to understand your worth. They either see it or they don't. And if they don't, you simply move on. That's why people tread lightly. They know you've evolved. They know you've changed. They know you're operating on a higher frequency. And they can feel that they need to rise to meet you. They can't come to you with the same old games they used to play on others. They can't come to you with half-truths. They can't come to you with mixed signals. They can't come to you with that hot and cold energy. You don't accept that. You don't entertain that. You don't reward inconsistency. You expect effort. You expect honesty. You expect respect. And you expect reciprocity. People either give that to you or they remove themselves. And that's exactly how it should be. People see that you're not someone they can play with because you've created an environment around you that demands authenticity. You don't force people to be honest, but your presence makes them want to be. They know if they lie, it will show. They know if they play, they will lose. They know if they try to manipulate, you will walk away before they even realize what happened. And this isn't just because you're strong, it's because you're healed. You've worked on yourself deeply. You've learned how to listen to your intuition. You've learned how to protect your spirit. You've learned how to honor your boundaries. You've learned how to trust yourself again. And when someone learns how to trust themselves, no one can shake them. That's why people respect you now. That's why people look up to you. That's why people admire your energy. You didn't become who you are by accident. You built yourself. You rebuilt yourself. You learned yourself. And now you move with purpose and intention. People want to be around that. They want someone real, someone stable, someone who knows who they are, someone who won't collapse under pressure, someone who doesn't let the world change their character. You are that person, and people recognize your value immediately. You're not out here trying to prove your worth to anyone. The right people see it, the wrong people fear it, and the fake people avoid it. Because they know they can't play the same games with you that they play with others. And here's something else. When people realize they can't run games on you, they start showing their true colors. They either level up or they disappear. They either match your energy or they fade out. They either bring respect or they stay silent. And this is exactly what you want. You don't want people around you who only come because they think you're easy to fool. You want people who come because they genuinely value you. People treat you with more care because they know you require it. They treat you with more maturity because they know you won't tolerate less. They treat you with more honesty because they know anything fake will be obvious. And all of this is happening because you learn to put yourself first. You learn to protect your energy. You learn to stop entertaining people who drain you. You learn to stop giving chances to people who don't appreciate you. And you learn to walk away from situations that were never meant for you. You've leveled up. You've evolved. You've matured. And people feel that deeply. People notice when someone has grown on the inside. It shows. It radiates. It speaks louder than words ever could. And everything about you now says, I'm not the one. You've become someone rare, someone valuable, someone who knows their worth, someone who refuses to settle, someone who doesn't tolerate disrespect, someone who demands honesty without having to say a word, someone who stands tall even when standing alone. And that's why people move differently around you now. They're careful, they're respectful, they're intentional, because they know that if they ever try to run games on you, it's over immediately. You're not the type to get played. You're not the type to get fooled. You're not the type to get walked over. You've grown too much for that. You've healed too much for that. You've evolved too much for that. And now, everyone around you knows it. They know you're someone worth keeping. Someone worth respecting, someone worth showing up for, someone they don't want to lose.